So let's go to our automation to generate the next keyword. Okay, automation is successful. We shall now have our second content, which is right there. And again, you just drag it over this one to copy the path right here. There you go. We have the two posts right here. What is the Dandelion root T for good for, and how to make the Dandelion root T. So this is, as you can see, we have the date also. You can pick the read more. This is the second content right there. So here we basically upload the latest script we have, and we just asphalt that new to make it more attractive. So let's see how it will come up. So look at this, guys. Both that new is actually detecting as well the content we have in our here in our Google Sheet CMS. Is if you click the share, make sure the access is this one, anyone with the link, not restricted. Okay, sure the access is anyone with the link to be able to use this Google Sheet CMS to display all the contents right here. Guys, I am going to show you an interesting thing that you can do apart from using WordPress. You can also use directly Google Sheet as your CMS. So here we will only need the front end to display all the data right here. So we requested Claude 3.7 to create as the front end that will display whatever data we add in Google Sheet, and it will become as our CMS. As you can see right here, we just need to populate the API key, the spreadsheet ID, and we will be able to display this content right here. So this will become our CMS or our database. Now, the benefit of this, we don't need any server-side scripting like PHP. In that way, we will be able to use a free hosting here in Cloudflare, because this script right here that we requested using Claude 3.7 is using JavaScript. So it will directly read using client-side scripting these contents, and this layout will be displayed as structured right here. Now, let's see how we are going to quickly set up. So first, what you will need to do is you have to get your API key for your Google Sheets. Now, to do that, you just need to go to console, as you can see the URL here, console.cloud.google.com. Now here, we should be creating our project here. If you have an existing, you can use that. And you'll see this menu right here. Go to this APIs and services and click this enable APIs and services. Now, if your Google Sheets API is already activated, you will see that right here. If not, just type in search. Here, Google Sheets API, go to that and just click Enable API, and you'll be able to see that right here. Now, once it's enabled, click this Google Sheets API right here so that we will be able to get our API key. So once you are here inside the Google Sheets API, here on the left side, just click these credentials. Here, you will be able to create credentials within your Google Sheets API. So what you just need to do is click this Create Credentials, and here, choose API key. Right? Now, when you select that, it will generate your new API key right here, which you can use directly in this script right here. So you just populate the API key that you gathered from here. You can also secure your API key just within the Google Sheets API. So to do that, you just simply click the API key. And here, you can select Restrict Key if you want your API key to be used only within the Google Sheets, and here you just select the Google Sheets. So that's optional if you want to just limit the usage of your API within that application. Now, once you have gathered your API key, the next thing that you will do, prepare this simple table right here, which we will need to store our content. Now, I prompted Claude to create me a Google Sheet CMS using these columns right here. So the same column that you see right here, it's basically the article title, content, post status, post URL, image URL, and post date. Now here, you just mention you want JavaScript application, and you can add your real requirement here. So I just mentioned should be like a WordPress, then homepage will display all the current posts for now. So we can configure that later if we just want 10 posts to be displayed, 20 posts to be displayed. So here I asked to be in cards layout, and then each card will be clickable and it goes to the actual post page, just like what we have in WordPress, and it will display all the content related to the post. Now the URL should be like this. So we have the path right here, so you can see, so that it is SEO friendly. Now let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to actually do this case study in a real life. Now here, I am going to create a niche site related to Dandelion tea. So I got this idea Also, by asking Claude 3.7 to provide me some niche idea, for example, you just give a specific name, just like that, and it will provide you the similar, supplement or whatever type of niche you wanted to create. So I just gather this dandelion and pop that in any keyword tool so that you will get some topic, some idea on which content you are going to make. So I found this dandelion to have this product T, and when I go to Amazon and type this product right here, so we have a bunch of product here. So if you want to monetize the site that we are going to do now, I'm going to create an Amazon link and direct this search to here, direct the link here to Dandelion Tea search results, so they will be able to choose which type of tea they want, and once they make a successful purchase, the commission will go to your Amazon affiliate account if you have one. Let's start the process. I am going to select a domain. So here, go to name silo. You can get a $1 discount. Just use my code below. For example, this 4.49 will just become 3.49. So here, you can choose some low-cost domain if you just want to test your niche, if it's going to get some traction, if it's going long term. Now here, just pay attention to the renewal amount. So as you can see, that blog will be 2.99 initially when you purchase this domain, but after a year, it will be renewed for 22.99. So pay attention also if it's too expensive. So here, I think I will go ahead with this one, .top, because the renewal will be just 4.88. So when I go ahead and renew this, it won't be that expensive. But guys, if you want a proper business, you can go for .net or .blog, .online. Just make sure you're ready for the renewal cost. Like this one, it's 26.99. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead with this one, 1.88. So let's buy this. And once you buy this domain, we are going to add that in Cloudflare. So we're going to upload our actual CMS. So once you successfully purchase the domain, I'm going to add that now. So this is the domain dandelionT.top. And here, select this manually enter the DNS. So you go to continue. Now here, just select this free plan here in Cloudflare so you won't pay anything. Click on continue. And when you see this page, just click continue to activation and then just hit on confirm. Now this is what we wanted. Now we're gonna click this, copy these two name servers right here. Go to the domain manager of NameSilo. So once you successfully purchase the domain, you will see that right there. This one right here, the last icon right here. So this is the name servers. So here, we will see these name servers right here. We will now be able to add these two name servers that provided by Cloudflare. So we replace this right here. So we only need two, and we remove the last one and then click on submit. So here we are just going to wait for a few minutes. So usually they advise to wait at least 24 hours, but now DNS propagation will just take around 10 to 20 minutes. But for the full propagation, it will take a day. But to be able to be detected here in Cloudflare, let's just wait for a few minutes. I think max of 15 minutes. So we'll just check again. So we continue. And later on, after 15 minutes, we will be able to check this name server right here if it's propagated already. So look at this, guys. After a few minutes, we are now able to configure this dandelionT.top here in Cloudflare. It's now detected by Cloudflare. So very simple step that you just need to do in order for us to run the script that we requested in Claude. Now here, you just need to go to the main menu right here at the dashboard where you initially landed when you sign in Cloudflare, and here you will be able to see these workers and pages. So select that, and here in pages tab we will upload the asset. So you upload the full folder where your script is saved, is stored. In our case, we just have one file right here, and it's uploaded in a folder called proj. Now I'm going to browse and upload that asset. So here, first create our project name. So usually just name it based on your domain name. So dandelionT. Now click on create project and we are ready to upload the folder. So just browse that. And since we only have a single file, now it's uploaded successfully. So we click this deploy site. And once it's deployed, click on continue to project. And here you will be landed in this page where you can configure your domain. So click these custom domains right there. Now set up a custom domain. So we will just type the domain that we added here in Cloudflare, which is this one right here. So we copy this domain and then paste that in the custom domain, click on continue. So here you don't have to configure anything, just click on activate domain. Here, you will see it's initializing for a few minutes to be able to have our SSL. So again, it's all free. The hosting is free. The SSL, which is the HTTPS, that's free as well. The only thing that we paid is the domain, which is not too expensive. And just for 1.88, I will be able to start a really trusting CMS using Google Sheet only. So now we can see the front end, how it looks like once this one is enabled. So you can see here it's verifying. Let's just wait for some time to complete the DNS configuration. So once you see the status that it's active and you see SSL enabled, that means the domain is now secured, our site is secured. You go here in the deployments. Now we can access the domain. So the first time that you access this, usually it will throw an error. So let's see now. Oh wow, it's successful. We're able to access it. Look at this. Look how it appears. Now when we click this read more, it will display the actual content. Now let's try adding some contents in this one. I'm going to paste some keyword here because I will be using this automation. So this will automatically create me a content using Article AI Generator right here. So I have the configuration of Article AI Generator app secret key. So it will generate me SEO-friendly content with AI featured image. Now let's see how it's going to appear. And this right here, I will grab keywords from this usual template that we use, the keyword and the status. So let's take some few keywords from the SEMrush. So let me go ahead and take some few keywords here, but I will be actually going to add maybe a 500 topics or 1000 topics right here. For now, let's add few. I'm going to copy this. Now here, these are my initial keywords, but again, I'm going to add at least 500 topics in this website right here so I can rank easily. I can get impressions easily from Google, maybe short term in Google if they are not going to penalize my site, but I am targeting Bing as my long-term search engine optimization where I will get organic traffic. So make sure these are unique. There's no duplicate keyword. There's no same search intent. So you have to do some manual work around that, or you can use AI to do that. So let's assume we already have some unique contents right here. So let me just quickly remove some keywords that I think it's duplicate. So I think I only left with 7, but later on I'm gonna grab all these keywords right here and use AI to filter and remove the same search intent and duplicate keywords. But for now, let's work with these 6 keywords so that we will see how it appears once we automate these contents. So I'm gonna have all the status to pending. Now I'm gonna run my first automation. So again, there are 2 spreadsheets that I prepared. One is for the actual CMS, so you just have to name it properly so you don't get confused. And the second one is the template for the automation, which we always use to gather keywords, which is in pending status. So now let's run this. Again, this I'm using Article AI Generator, so it's optional. You can use some other automation article generator if you want, or you can simply write it yourself. You can manually write your content right here if you're an actual writer. But for now, let's generate some contents. So let's go ahead now. Looks to be successful. Let's see if we added a new row. There you go. This is what we expect. This is the new row. Of course, it's a long one, and this is the title. So here in the path, post URL path, it should automatically create the hyphen permalink just like this. So I am gonna drag this because it has this formula right here. So you just drag it till every time you create a content, or when you create a bulk content, you just drag it all the way. So you can see we have the permalink or the path right there. We have the image. Let's see if it's going to be displayed nicely. Now the image is hosted in Article AI Generator.com host. If you want to host that in your OneDrive or Google Drive, it's up to you. But for now, let's take a look. Look at this, guys. We have our first content right here. I think it's not rendering properly. We will fix that. It's easy. We can just prompt AI to render the actual HTML. So when we click read more, there you go. That's our content. So let me just fix this to render the actual HTML. I'm going to prompt Plod to update the script. Look at this, guys. Wonderful. It's now rendering the actual HTML right here. You see it's got our full SEO-friendly article with the right number of words in this really nice and simple CMS that we set up using Google Sheet. So here, let's delete this content, delete that, and we will replace it with post ID 1, and let's generate the second article so we can view it correctly. So let's go to our automation to generate the next keyword. Okay, automation is successful. We should now have our second content, which is right there. And again, you just drag it over this one to copy the path right here. And let's take a look at the URL website Go to home. Okay, there you go. We have the two posts right here. What is the Dandelion root tea for good for, and how to make the Dandelion root tea. So this is, as you can see, we have the date also. You can pick the read more. This is the second content right there. So you can go ahead and generate all this content. Now, the look of this CMS is quite plain. It's very easy to modify this in a really attractive layout. So if you want, you can use Bolt That New. So here we basically upload the latest script we have, and we just ask Bolt That New to make it more attractive. So let's see how it will come up. So look at this, guys. Bolt That New is actually detecting as well the content we have in our Google Sheet CMS, and it's actually rendering the HTML. Look at this. It's beautiful. Look at that, guys. It's very easy to make this one using just the simple Google Sheet CMS. So when we click read more, wow, guys, it's actually rendering this one. Really nice. So you can actually get this file, get this code right here, and then upload that to the latest one here in your Cloudflare. So to be easily do that, just create this new deployment right here, create a deployment, and then upload the script that's given by Bolt That New. Look at this. It's actually rendering the content right here. So this is very flexible, guys. So you can just easily modify this, and then it will reflect immediately. So let's create the third content. I'm going to generate this. Look at this, guys, our third content right here. How long does it take for Dandelion tea to work? That's our third content here in our Google Sheet CMS right here. But make sure the third content, it's just the issue right here. You just need to drag it again every time you create a new content, which we can easily fix here. Let's take this. Okay, this is the content. Look at this beautiful layout right here. I'm just gonna export this, and this is what I'm going to use in my Cloudflare. Let me deploy that in my actual content. I just need to export this entire content right here, and then later on I can ask for some modifications. So let's export this. Let's create the deployment. So we uploaded the files given by Bolt That New. Let's see now. There you go. It's really attractive and pretty. So we can add more contents above and description in our homepage before we actually display all these contents right here. Let me go ahead and generate one more content. So let's just generate this next one. What are the benefits of Dandelion tea? Cool. Let's run this once. Okay, done. So we should have now 4 contents, and the fourth content should be here. Now we drag again this one. Let's drag this to be able to generate the path, and let's refresh the main site right here. We should now have 4 contents. There you go, the fourth content. It's going to the second row right there. What are the benefits of Dandelion tea? So we can read more, and here is the content, which is really nice. It's very flexible because we are just using the Google Sheet CMS, and we are using the free hosting. So you can host multiple websites right here for free. The hosting will be free as long as it's in scripting, JavaScript, not a server side like PHP or WordPress. So there you go, and you have this CMS right here, which is very flexible using just Google Sheet CMS, and you can also automate the content. So if you need to quickly change something, let's say for example the title, you can do that directly. And guys, just before I forget, make sure to be able to have this connected to your front end right here. The CMS, the Google Sheet that you're using for CMS, it should have this. If you click the share, make sure the access is this one, anyone with the link, not restricted, okay? Sure, the access is anyone with the link to be able to use this Google Sheet CMS to display all the contents right here. So we are treating each row as one content. You see right here. So if you want to modify that, so there you go. The only thing is the view is not that great, but you don't need to change much of things. Only when you're required to change line or text changes, then you need to come here and change whatever you need to do. But generally, like, this is a good way to replace your WordPress and save a lot in hosting, because you can use Cloudflare as free hosting, especially when you're just using this JavaScript approach and using the Google Sheet as your CMS or as the database of all your content. It's very flexible. You can host it anywhere. You don't need a server-side scripting server. Just need this simple Cloudflare, and it's unlimited. You can host any number of websites right here. And that's about it, guys. So I hope you learned something from this one. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and let me know what you think.